looking at square root 0 at the end of the root. My number is 52,918. I want to take the square root of it, and we see that we are going to need a trinomial guide, which we have here because it's marked into 3 periods. The number is marked into 3 periods, and of course I have my quantities, the different cups separated into the periods. Before we use a material or the pegs and the board, I want us to try this on paper firstly using our rules. So the first square we can build out of this tens of thousand is square of 2. Square of 2, which will give us 4. So you subtract that. So our first digit is 2. We subtract that from our tens of thousand. We are going to have 110,000. Then we bring down the next period. So that is 29. And of course, we leave this out and bring over. Now we ask ourselves, this square of 2, to build a layer of a rectangle, we are going to need 2 on the right and 2 at the bottom. That will be 4. So we divide that by 4, and we are going to have 3. So 3, we figure out, is the next digit in our root. So to calculate what would have used up, we use our rule. Our divisor here, our trial divisor here is 4. So we bring 4 here. We attach to 4 the root we found out, which is 3, and we multiply that by the root. That is 43 times 3. And if you do that multiplication, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. And we see that we don't have any left. So it's 0 here. 0, 0. We don't have any left. So we bring down the next period, which will be 18. So we leave this out that we are going to need for our last square, and bring this here 1. We divide that by so we have here, if we are putting 1 layer on this square, we are going to have 4, and then the other layer on this, where we are going to have 6. So we divide 1 by 46, and we see that that is 0. So to calculate what we would have used up, we use our rule. Our trial divisor here is 46. Attach our root here to it as 0. We multiply by the root to 0, which equals 0. Equals 0. So 18 minus 0 is 18. So our square root 0 remainder 18. So this is how we do it on paper. Now let's demonstrate what you have done on paper on the board using the pegs. So we said bring our tens of thousands and build our first square. This one square of 1, square of 2. We have just one left. Okay, so the next thing we have to do now is to build these rectangles. Before we build this rectangle, we can exchange this one. Let's bring our rectangle down. A period. Bring our period down. This is what we need for a rectangle. So let's exchange this. 10,000 for 10 units of 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So build out our rectangle. Build our square. Rectangle. Build a rectangle. And build our square. We look at our guide square. We're supposed to now build our last square, and also we are going to use hundreds and tens. I'm looking at our cups here. We don't even have enough to build the rectangle or the square. We don't have enough, so we have just a remainder of 18. So we see that our square root is actually 230, as you can see, with a remainder of 18. And put our strip as before to remind us that we are supposed to have our rectangles here, but we don't have enough quantities to build our rectangles, so we have remainder of 18. So we have 230, remainder 18.